always forget that that door is locked.
Hey Gina, can you guys hear? Hey Miriam.
Cul-de-sacs.
Oh good, okay. Hey Jennifer, I won't talk with you. This is, it's gonna be a surprise. I may not show much. The suspense, Amy. Yeah, a little bit of a surprise.
Which one's the bad one? Good, it's not mine.
Hey Mona. Yeah, surprise, surprise.
Doesn't go up?
Oh, you know what, Kevin's not gonna be here, so. You can do that. She need a high chair and that one.
Kevin's tall enough where he can sit in this chair still.
You're not. No, well, no, I could raise this.
You need a high chair.
There, see? You took? Apparently we are.
How's everyone today? Are you with the city attorney by any chance? Are you with the city attorney? You are? Can I, are you with the Department of Transportation connected things? 'Cause I need to know like who in the city attorney I need to, because what I'm gonna talk about, want to be able to get. Oh, you're not, but you are with the city attorney, like the city attorneys? Can I, okay, it's like, I don't know who to send this stuff to. It's, hold on guys. I'm back, guys. That's all. Oh, that was so amazing, Miriam. Like, thank you for having me. It was such an honor to speak with Jamie and you, of course. But I'm just so excited with what we're doing. I'm so glad you, Miriam, that you took the bull by the horns and just said we're doing this. Oh, and as far as the count, it turns out, okay, we have 20 more books, but there's still 5 more people I really want to get books to. And then I think we could be done for now, for that one. And we have 2 of the other book, and I think we need, like if we just want to cover LAPD commission, we need 7 more. And then I think we're in a good spot. No, he's not here today. Hey, tons of fun. I haven't seen him. He may not even know about this meeting. This is a remote, like not the regular city council stuff. Hey, Haggis. Yeah, yeah, I'll do that later, because like, yeah, we counted, and let me make sure of the count, because there's just, because I had a few people come up to me and saying, you know, their city of 8 people, and they're like, well, we're willing to like read it, and, you know, and they need, and it would really help to have them all on board, so, but then I think with the other book, I think just the police commission, the chief, and the OIG, I think for now, I don't think we need to make, if it needs to go beyond, we can, but I feel really confident if we just to do that with them. But I'm gonna be quiet through this. I'm not gonna talk through this. This is like I'm not. I've only been here once. Unfamiliar territory. Yes, I feel really good about it. And it's really exciting. Oh my! It would be epic if Jamie could be on the phone and we give it out to. Maybe it's not an accent that we couldn't get to Public Works before. Now we kept trying. We kept.
Good morning, everybody. Oh, sorry.
Okay, here we go. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, good morning, everybody. My name is Chris Levon. I'm the president of the Board of Transportation Commissioners. Welcome to our audience, and welcome to everyone who's here in the room within our board commissioners. The Board of Transportation Commissioners of the City of Los Angeles is now in session, and all those who wish to testify before this commission, please fill out a speaker form and give it to our commission executive assistant, Ms. Jasmine Santos, who's here in the front. I see the ordinance requires that if you are a registered lobbyist, you should so indicate when you appear before the board. It's a reminder, if you're speaking today, either on an item or as a public commenter, please speak into the microphone. And also a reminder to myself, as well as to everyone in the room, be respectful. Everyone, please turn off your cell phone or put it on vibrate. So, distract from today's proceedings. So with that, I'd like to do a roll call. Commissioner Tone, present. Commissioner Dunn, present.
Commissioner Davidian, present.
Commissioner Regalado, present.
Commissioner Natchez, present.
Commissioner Segovia, present.
All right, we have a quorum. Thank you, commissioners. I wasn't here for the September 11th and 23rd meeting. I would like to call that to for approval of those minutes. Any motion to approve?
Commissioner Davidian, I move to approve.
Commissioner Tone, second. Commissioner Tone, yes. Commissioner Devon, abstain.
Commissioner Davidian, yes.
Commissioner Regalado, yes.
Commissioner Natchez, yes.
Commissioner Segovia abstains.
Alright, so much. Any commission business for today? Being Hispanic Heritage Month, as well as Filipino American History Month, I'd like to just recognize all of our Latino and Filipino American and Filipino members of our department. Your job is very important here in the agency, and like this will lead to you context of celebrations for this.
Transportation
anything?
Commission.
No communications.
LIDOT.
All right. Before we go into general manager's report, I just wanted to mention that some of us need to leave earlier than usual. We might move things around as we get closer to when we don't have any more quorum. So just wanted to alert not only our commissioners but the general public as well. So the general manager's report.
Good morning, Ken Husting with LADOT. I'm sitting in for Assistant General Manager Tomas Carranza. So at our prior meeting, AGM Carranza provided an overview of the Olympic Games, but since some of you were not here, I'm going to present that overview again if you don't mind, and describe the city's role in the planning and providing transportation services and infrastructure to accommodate the games. So for a broad overview and scale of this event, the 2028 Games will take place over a span of several weeks, drawing an estimated 5 million visitors over the course of 28 days. We've hosted the Olympic Games before, as you know, in 1932 and also in 1984, but this will be the city's first time hosting the Paralympic Games as well, and we expect it to be the biggest yet. So twice as many competitions compared to 1984. The games events are planned at various venues throughout the city of Los Angeles, including San Fernando Valley, being the Sepulveda Basin, downtown Los Angeles venues, including Crypto.com, and the Convention Center in South LA at Exposition Park, the Coliseum, Riviera Country Club and Pacific Palisades, at Venice Beach, Dodger Stadium, and also the Port of LA. So the Athletes Village for both the Olympics and Paralympic Games will be located at UCLA. The venues will also be located in surrounding cities such as Inglewood, Carson, Pasadena, Long Beach. Providing transportation for spectators between venues and activity centers across the region while ensuring residents can continue to have access to places of employment is the major challenge for the transportation agencies in the sector. So there is a collaboration that's taking place to partner with Metro, Caltrans, and LA28. As a city, it's an opportunity to deliver comprehensive multimodal transportation system while introducing visitors to our communities, our rich history, and our celebrated diversity. So several organizations and agencies play a role in making residents, visitors, and spectators able to navigate our city during the games. LA28 is largely focused on the operation of the venues, providing consistent travel times for athletes and officials. So Metro is the regional head for 2028 games and works closely with the Games Mobility Executive members to develop a regional games transportation plan. LADOT participates in the Games Mobility Executive, which we call GME for short, which includes the Mayor's Office, LA28, and other partner agencies like Caltrans, Metrolink, SCAG, to help develop the mobility and transportation plan for the games. Through the GME, LADOT plays a critical role in developing mobility hubs supporting the game's transit system, providing wayfindage, first and last mile infrastructure, and supporting Metro in advancing the bus-only network expansion throughout the regional rail program. So at future meetings, Tomas Carranza will be, Assistant General Manager, will be happy to offer more information since he is working very closely with that Games Mobility Executive Committee. So LADOT is not a stranger to managing transportation events for major sporting and other events. We host over 1,000 special events per year. We deal with emergencies more than we care to deal with. And the city did not have a rail network back in 1984. Now we do. So we're looking forward to being able to show off that rail network in these upcoming games. Now, one other thing that I'd like to update you on is that we are starting our budget season. So LADOT and the city, for the most part, is in budget season, I think all but maybe 3 or 4 months of the year. So we just started. The department's submission date for the budget material is November 21st. We're going through right now, putting together requests for executive management review to see what rises to the top, and those will be submitted to the mayor's office for consideration. The mayor's office releases the proposed budget on April 20th of next year, and either late May or the earliest of June, council will approve the revised budget. So we're waiting for this year's upcoming outlook in the first financial status report. So once that financial status report comes out, then we'll have a better idea what financial shape the city is going into the upcoming fiscal year. So that's going to be our first glimpse. Right now, DOT, we're trying to deal with a reduced budget that we were given last year. We managed to save laying off people, at least full-time positions, but we were woefully underfunded when it came to overtime. So typically we would have in the 20s millions overtime. Right now we're down to a budget of 17.5 and our projected expenditures for overtime are 17.4. So the department is taking drastic measures to reduce the expenditure of overtime so that we can try to go ahead and fall within budget. But we're doing the best we can, and like I said, we'll have a better idea when the first financial report comes out. And with that, I'll be happy to take any questions.
Big report. Commissioner DeVay?
Just a quick question. Thank you, Mr. President. since, back in 1984, and I'm old enough, we have been here and actually worked on that. One of the biggest, without the transit system, one of the biggest ways that we actually were able to manage traffic was the public communication. Is Metro in charge of the public communication, and what role would LA DOT have in disseminating the information? And when would that actually start?
Yeah, so Metro is the regional lead when it comes to the transportation plan, so I would assume that they would have the lead role in trying to get the message out to let the public know that, perhaps stay home, here's gonna be the different modes of transportation. It's gonna be a transit first games. LA DOT will play support in really helping to implement and talk about where we believe the impacts, because those are our city streets when it comes to getting to the different venues. And so we'll provide our input there, and then also we'll communicate through whatever avenues that we have. But Metro is expected to be the lead. And when is that gonna happen? I don't have that information. Perhaps Tommy, but we'll have that information at the next meeting.
Any other questions from commissioners? Okay, Mr. Tom.
Commissioner Tom, I have a question of curiosity. With the Olympics about 3 years away, what things are we testing out right now next year during the FIFA World Cup that will be implemented for the Olympics? Is there anything you can share about that?
I'm not too familiar with what is actually happening right now in relation to the FIFA World Cup. So I think that's a question better left. We could go ahead and report back outside this meeting, or that question can be asked at the next meeting. And I think AGM Carranza can be able to give you a better response. But what I do know is that we are actively working on planning, we're developing design plans, we're coming up with different ways to fund the improvements that we want to be able to do. And as we go into this upcoming budget, we are very focused on the Olympics and what's needed to be able to deliver what we see as necessary for successful games. So beyond that, I'll have to get back to you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Just have a comment. Great report. Thank you for walking us through the LA DOT's role. I just wanted to, create awareness. Metro had put out a mega events playbook, so hopefully that's useful for our agency as well. There's a lot of great things in there. It was featured in the recent American Public Transportation Association conference, and it's gotten a lot of great reviews for any city here in the United States, maybe outside the United States too. Plan some of these things
You'll see.
more systematically.
Great.
It's not about the Olympics for me.
Commissioners. Neighborhood council?
No neighborhood council.
All right, any public forum?
No one.
All right. Audit LA?
Yes, that's me.
All right. You can give
Oh, thank you.
our speaker proper accommodation.
Thank you. Are you Mr. Husting?
Yes,
Okay, great. You should have my emails. in your-
Yes, I saw your email.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good morning. Commissioners, I would love to, before I start my time, if I could get everybody's email, because their DOT is already on my emails, but I would like to put the commission on my email chain, because I believe this is very serious, and it's regarding the parking or no parking on L. Ron Hubbard Way, that, and of course, the Church of Scientology would like you to believe that I'm attacking their religion. I'm not. This needs to be addressed. Basically, they've been keeping that street as a no parking, and the city's been enforcing no parking since 1997, as far as I understand. And I asked the city, because they enforced it against me, how do they know it's no parking? I wanted proof in the city. The city had no proof. And so the city went to Scientology, said, where's the proof? So they provided this memo from 1997, which is just a traffic control report from, I guess, a mid-level engineer saying, basically, I guess, signing off that they're okay with it being no parking, but nothing beyond that as far as anything going to the city saying it's no parking. And then, I have like 7 copies of this to pass out. But then in 2008, when they were being protested by Anonymous, they did put in for an application, and it did go all the way through to the city for a year and a half of no parking on weekends. I don't think the city realized that they were brought into a prior restraint situation because it was just to deal with protesting. And so they are leaving the city extremely liable. And my question is, if they have this, if they have this from 1997, which they've been saying they have no parking, why do they need to apply for no parking in 2008 if there was no parking since 1997? And Kendrick Moxon, their lawyer, who was, look up Operation Snow White, unindicted co-conspirator in that, he is telling the city that they have no parking from 1997. Look at there's a letter to Mr. Howell, like a 13-page letter. And he's trying to slam people like me. Like, it's not about their religion. I don't care, it's about corruption and about them lying to the city, and then the city enforcing these bogus laws, and they did it against me. Like, I'm at the point where I have a lot of people have a claim against the city. It's leaving the city liable to massive lawsuits and First Amendment lawsuits, and the city needs to really revoke it or prove that it's really legit. And so I have these, to pass out. I also have their revocable permit, which does not include a parking, and I have other papers showing they're trying to send right now currently that they want it no parking. This looks bogus, and so I have a lot of but I don't have enough copies for everyone.
Yeah.
But I do. But Mr. Husting, is it Husting? Is that how to pronounce it? Yes.
And Louis can receive what you have, and then we'll.
Thank you, and pass it around. And look, because this is very serious, sir. It's
Yeah.
the city's being liable, and I don't want the city liable. I'm here to
Yeah.
protect the city's interest too. Okay.
Are there any of these documents that you would like back, or are these all?
Nope, this is all for you, and you even have the video where the city did kick me off at that threat of towing.
Yeah.
For I had a First Amendment permit, and and so they are enforcing it, and so the city is liable at this point. So please, if you can fix this, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for coming here
Thank
today.
you.
Sincerely appreciate it.
And can I get email? Like, I don't know how to get the email, so I can add them
So
to.
I recommend that you go through our commission executive assistant, which is Jasmine San Luis. She'll make sure that whatever's
Okay.
sent to her will be distributed to the commission.
Is she here, or?
Yes, that's her right there.
Oh, okay.
And not public- Okay.
Should I do that
and then
later,
public
or-
comment,
Okay, thank you, sir.
Email studies, Michael, Michelle. Sorry, sir, for mispronouncing your name. I did.
Thank you, sir. But will you take it seriously, please,
You
because
have,
this is,
2 minutes.
So,
they're lying to the city.
as well as our chief engineer.
Morning.
I've seen that email. It was done outside of my purview.
I'm sure.
I can't respond, so I'm leaving it to you.
Okay, but the city is taking this serious. They are going to look into it, and,
You can speak into the mic.
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
We drivers,
My heart is pounding. Oh my God, that's okay. Because I don't know how much I've explained to you guys now that I'm out of there. Okay. Oh, now I can breathe. I was like, how was I going to get all that in 2 minutes? But I'm glad Mr. Husting was there because he got the email. So basically, this is what's the deal. This is the update, okay, is, and I'm going to stay up here because I need to go to the bathroom before I leave. But, because we're done here for today. We're done. But, so what happened is, you know how we've been saying, at the meetings, oh, bring back parking, send SCP asking this. Can you hear me, guys? I just want to make sure I'm not in the dead zone. Tons of fun carving. Yeah, that's a good idea. Hi, I'd like to get in touch with him and the lawyer and everything. But anyway, so I asked the city to prove that it's no parking. And They couldn't. They said the only thing they had was the 2008 thing where they got for a year and a half, no parking on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but that had a year and a half life. So that means since 2010, there's nothing, right? Okay, don't move. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, can you hear me, guys? I'd pace. I'm like, I don't know, that was one of the most nerve-wracking ones. Can you hear me? Just let me know that you can hear me. Okay, so, okay, good, okay. So the city, the same, like a mid-level engineer reached out to Scientology to Jennifer, our favorite Jennifer, about proof that there's no parking, that they don't have anything in their records that this is a no parking street. And so Moxon got involved and wrote this like 13-page crazy letter. Like he sounds absolutely insane in it. And he gave them a letter from, and that's one that I should have kept one copy, but that they have from 1997 that they signed off that it's no parking, indefinitely, not just because it had like minimal hours of no parking, but they wanted it entirely because they had just gotten their, I guess the street name change, and I guess this was about the time of when they got the R permit, but the R permit does not include parking. And so they have this letter, and he put that in saying that this is proof that it's no parking. And then, but then it's like, wait a minute, there was this letter later, and like from like the 2008 and I'll give credit to Yvonne. She was like, we were talking about it, and she was like, but the 2008 letter, and I'm like, so I'm like, look, we found that, and it was them. That's the one that did get a council, go through the proper council, and they got it for a year and a half for the weekend. So I'm like saying, wait a minute, hold your horses. If they applied and got this permit in 2008, why would they do that, right? Why, if they have a permit from 1997, right? Like, why would they apply for that if they have this standing? All they would have to say is, here, we have a standing no parking zone. Why would they have to go? So that proves that letter that he submitted as proof of no parking is not legit. And I am like, no, it's not incompetence. I'm like, Peter, no. They know that they don't have, they know, I'm serious. Like, I think they just thought that they could get away with it. They didn't know I would find this. They had no idea that this stuff, I would get my hands on this info. And they're desperate. They're doing everything because if they thought they had the permit in 97, they wouldn't have applied in 2008, right? So they knew. And I'm asking for proof. I demanded proof from the city whether or not they even, like, who changed the signs, all this stuff. So I want proof. But anyway, so here we are. So now, okay, fast forward, that permit from 2008 sunsetted in 2010. So from 2010 to now, 15 years, they've been enforcing no parking, but there's no proof of no parking at all. And so that is huge. And also, like I said, with the 2008 one, they made the city complicit because they're saying, oh, it's about our graduations. No, it was during the protest of, Anonymous. So that's prior restraint, right? They're trying to keep them off of their street while they're having their graduation. So they made the city complicit in prior restraint. Now, it's probably way past, I don't know if it's past where these people could sue the city, but the city is like liable big time at this point, huge, if they don't get this fixed. I mean, they might be able to say they didn't know any better, but they do now. Like, they've been told. And Moxon should lose his law license just for that, for submitting evidence to the city as proof of no parking. It is, and he didn't show the 2008 one to say, oh, we have this too. No, he left that out. He knew enough to leave that out. So I'm sorry, I'm not even reading chat yet. I'll go back to read chat. And And so I have several, like, really strong, as it built, like, letters to the city and to the guy there that I was talking to, Mr. Hustings, he's very high, he's like third in command of DOT. And he says, yes, that they do have it and they're all looking at it. And I'm like, you guys need to take it serious, or prove to us that it is a legitimate no parking as of today. And if it's not, then, hey, if Scientology wants to go through the process where, it's open, and it has to go through city council where there's people can speak up against it or for it, that they need to do that. And I also gave them, because he also submitted these like signatures, and all the signatures are weird. Almost every last one of them, I should have kept the copy, but is the dates are backwards. It has the day of the month, like 13 March 25. You know what I mean? So we don't do that here. We do March 13th, 25. Almost every single, for like a page, like 7 pages of signatures. And then they had it where like none of the you couldn't read the signatures. No one printed their name. Like it was so non-legit. And you could see people just trying to do different handwritings because they had the same freaking green pen on numerous different pages, which would be different locations. So I'm like, okay, like it looks very sketch. So I'm like, unless they can prove that those people really live there and who they are, like you can't count that as anything. And so I know they're going to be very mad. I know they're very upset. But too bad, you can't hold the city, all these people getting towed away and not able to park, and I told them too, like, things have changed since 1997. In 1999, the Metro stop opened, okay? And then right now, Kaiser is going through an expansion. They are a huge expansion. And so they're going to need to be able to, so I'm like suggesting parking, not like parking meters. I don't think that's the answer. It's more like you could have parking meters for some of it, but at some places like near the hospital part of it, where, there's where taxis and Ubers can come and go and pick up and drop off, because at that corner is going to be a new procedure center. So they're going to need, and Kaiser is doing their own parking, but they're going to need drop off and pick up. And they should be able to have that right there on L. Ron Hubbard Way. And what else? So all this stuff. So let me go back and see chat. I just had to get that out because I've been furious, because also in this letter, he really just shows what an idiot he is. He needs to be disbarred. He needs to be investigated for this. The city needs to do what's right, because I get it. It's like it's before probably any of these people who are there now. It's way before their time. But now they need to take it serious, and I hope they do. And I hope their parking opens up immediately. And I know Kendrick is going to be very mad. Oh, well. I know Kirsten's going to be very mad. Oh, well. Keep slandering me, guys, or keep, trying to do false charges and stuff. And you know what? I'm going to get real charges on you guys, like the real legit covering up, they need to be charged. That's what they need to do. The FBI needs to get involved with this for falsifying documents and I don't know, like if that, and I looked up what the letter from the in 1997, it is just an engineering report. Yes, they signed off on it, and it never went to the city attorney, the city council, anything, all this proper procedures. And they've been saying that, oh man, sorry, I'm so mad. Who cleans the streets outside the place? That's a great question. That goes to the R permit. So back in I forget what year it is, I think 80 or 81, they got a revocable permit because they did change they were able to get the bricks. They laid down the bricks, but they agreed to take care of maintenance, cleaning, and all that stuff. So that's why they want no parking, because they said that cars bring a lot of grease. So they hand clean the bricks, because they say you can't pressure wash it too much. So they vacuum it, they polish it, they scrub it, and they use their slave labor, the people in the RPF, elderly people doing backbreaking work, like hand cleaning the street. I wish people would go throughout the night, because I have a feeling they're making these people do this in the middle of the night at this point. So they are responsible for that, but that does not include, they don't own this, because the revocable permit has nothing to do with the curb. That's what the parking is considered, curb. And they don't have any say over that, and they do not have a permit to no parking attached to their R permit. $47 a week. Actually, no, likely the people in the RPF are doing it, and they make $11 a week, if that. So the 47, it could be, if they're not on the RPF, then yeah, they're likely making 47. But when you're on their punishment program, you're making $11 a week, and you have to run everywhere. You can't talk to other people that are not in the RPF. It's like, and it's like a jail in there. So it's very sick. It's very, against human rights. And they're trying to make it, oh, we're just a bunch of, religious bigots. Well, I don't want, if they want to believe in that, that's one thing. But in my opinion, you cannot have a prison system. You cannot have slave wages. You cannot have you can't treat people like that in our city. I'm sorry. You can believe in it. It's like I love what Mona says. You can be accountable, right? Accountable to your religious beliefs, and you can believe in it, but you can't, put a human thigh on the barbecue and have dinner. You know what I mean? There's this, no, we're not accepting this. This is not what we want in our society. So it's nothing against, they can have their religious beliefs, but they cannot victimize people in our city, period. So let me say, sorry, let me get back to, I'm sorry, guys. I'm like just rambling. This one is a tough one for me because it's like, I was like, my heart was pounding because I don't really know these people, but they listened. I felt they were very receptive. They know, I think they know that there's something, like they better deal with this. Let me see. I think I went back too far. So I didn't want to put anything really out there because I didn't want to give them a heads up. But now they know. Excuse me. So Kirsten, you guys better stop. You better do it proper. Go apply for it properly. But you got to do it by the law. Let me see what did I miss anything? Sorry, guys, I was seeing your questions. I only got 2 minutes. I really had to focus on what I came here for. But other times, I don't know why they don't have a call-in or a write-in option, but if you want me to get any emails out there, I can give emails addresses if you guys want to follow up and try to write into them. Let me see. Oh, there are many amazing people in this movement. Wait, so they're looking at layoffs and LAPD gets handed millions. And yep. Plead guilty. Okay. You need to get in touch with Daniel. Yeah, I do want to. I would love to get in touch. I like Daniel Gutz. I run into him down here every now and then. I think though that this is LA Times level too. I think it needs to be like Mr. James Quealy. I'm hoping he'll pick up the story. Because to me, it's very bad that the city's been doing this. It's an embarrassment. They need to fix this. More important things to worry about than this? Oh, not really. Not for me right now. I hope you guys heard all that. Yeah, no, the individual engineer cannot, he could sign off on the no parking, I found out, but it's as a suggestion. It's just like an inter-office memo, so it needed to go to the next phase, and where they said, okay, yeah, engineering signed off on it, they're okay with it, because they were, but it never went beyond that, because apparently it must have been squashed somewhere. Yeah, the streets are, they don't keep the other streets clean. Tons of fun. The others can be a mess, but and they don't take care of the sidewalks, but they take care of that because they consider it their campus. And it's like, it's not a campus, guys. It's a public street. And they want it just for them. I mean, it doesn't mean we're precluding Scientologists from going to their services and stuff. Nobody, but don't preclude the public from access, especially now. They also have built numerous apartment complexes since then, since 1997. So there's a demand for parking, especially now, because they're building buildings that have no parking. They no longer have to provide parking in new buildings. So all the more reason we need parking. And if they can't, they were upset about the bricks not being clean. with all the oil, then change it, pave it in a different, no one says you have to have it brick. I get that they like it. It's a beautiful aesthetic. I mean, I like it, but you don't get to keep it no parking because it's hard to clean bricks. It doesn't work like that, you know? So you guys can't hear, or? Oh, have a good day, Vibes. Enjoy the gym. It's too difficult to keep the best kept street in Los Angeles clean if they have to work around parked cars. Right, and that's their argument, Peter, that they deserve to have this no parking because they shouldn't have to clean around parked cars. Well, too darn bad. I mean, then they can, they don't have to have it brick, right? Or they can maybe use a sealant, or just let it have the wear and tear and do the best they can, or they can repave it, or, you know, they can change the bricks out every couple of years. I mean, they have choices, or give up your R permit. If it's too much, give up your R permit and say, we can't handle this anymore. But you don't get to hijack a whole street, you know, from the public. It belongs to the public. And so they're so frustrating. Apply for parking around it to see what happens. I, at the Father's Day event, was trying to park there. Remember, they told me we had to leave without our threat of being towed. So I gave them that video clip in the letters. I'm like, I have a lawsuit for that. If this was not no parking and you're enforcing it as if it is, I have a lawsuit. Like, and basically what I want them to fix this problem. And if you're going to give them the no parking, then it better be through the proper process and done properly if they want to apply for that, you know. But till then, they need to rectify this. Yes, a lot of slander. A lot of slander has been going on. A lot of lies. But because they're scared, you know what I mean? Like, but it's okay. We just keep reminding everyone that Kendrick Moxon is an unindicted co-conspirator in the biggest infiltration of the U.S. government, Operation Snow White, and that he's also been has shady dealings and shenanigans with other cases. And so he has no room to worry about what anyone else, you know, he needs to focus on his own corruption. Yeah, I mean, they could put up parking meters, but there is like, the plan I submitted had different levels of zones, maybe like 2-hour parking, or they could put meters, but also like a zone where there's for, what do you call it? Like to be able to get in and off when it's like for the hospital, like a little zone for, you know, taxis or whatever. Yep, liable, yep. And if they keep it up, I mean, the whole city's on notice. So if anything, they keep playing games, or investigators are trying to fair game. Like, they freaking better get it through their head that the fair gaming worked better before the internet, before Ring cameras, before all that. So really, they're dumb to keep doing that. Yeah, the hospital's gonna, right, they're gonna have the hospital's gonna have its own parking lots, but, you know, when you have people being dropped off or picked up for procedures, you know what I mean? Do you need that extra parking? And the public needs parking. It's 2 blocks from, you know, the metro. You see when, you know, maybe I need to do more filming and really show you how close it is to the metro. And don't forget, 3 major hospitals within 2 blocks or 3 blocks, you know, or radius. Who cleans this? Yeah, let me see. They have. Yeah, they would, right, you know, parking. They would probably do all their own cars. I mean, they probably would. But then if they don't move the cars, and you know, it's still, then they're going to have to sit there and move it because, like, it's considered abandoned after 3 days, right, if you don't move it. And if they keep playing those games, they'll keep calling them out on those games. So maybe they need to make it where it's, yes, a lot, maybe then that's where the parking meters and they're going to have to keep putting the change in or whatever. Yeah, it's just so disgusting. Sorry, I'm like just trying to go through it all. Yes, how I guess please everyone write against him to the bar. I'm not telling anyone what to do, but if anyone wants to do it, yes. He is trying to make it sound like we're just a bigoted mob. No, we don't want law breaking. We don't want criminality. you know.
Commission, and so I was home just making sure we got beds and all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't really
Like,
able to
absolutely.
engage until this week, and then.
Hi,
Thank
sir.
you for being here.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Heather was like,
Right.
what's that way? What's that
So
way?
wait.
It's this way. They put, little signs up, and it's really confusing. It's really all-
Yeah, and so, yeah, we invited Tori anytime. I know she's, right now has like appointments and stuff, so hopefully when she gets through that little bunch, yeah, because there's an offer. Laura will pick her up and take her, and so we would love that too. Yeah, we do see you, Kirsten and Moxon, and stop. They're just trying to turn it around. That's what they do. And I'm like, I don't even care. Go ahead, say you're making up stuff. You know it's lie. It's provable lies. So it's just slander you're going to get sued for that too. It's so easy to prove it's fake, and that you're being malicious and stuff. So they're just hanging themselves. So let them. It'll all come out in the end. They'll be in so much trouble. Yeah, they did threaten me. Well, and I put that in, right? They forced us to leave. And because they called like 100 times. And so, yep, we're taking back our street. That's it. It's our street. It's the people's street. If they want that private, then they have to go through like anyone else, right? You have to abide by the laws and go through the process. And I don't think the city's going to sign off on it. The city, Council District 13 already said they would not support a street vacation. I don't think they're going to support no parking either. Now they might say, well, maybe they'll give a compromise, but then we need to hit them hard. There's there's no ADA. There's no ADA parking anywhere around there, and that goes against the city's for equity and access, their goals, and also they want everybody out of their cars and at the metro, but sometimes people have cars and there is a metro, but some people need to park to be able to use the metro. Not Vatican City, yeah, exactly. We need to use that, right? It's not a Vatican City. I love that. Okay, bye, Mona. Thank you for coming. Yep, exactly, right. And they can't own the street. I guess they could privatize it. That happens. But this would be a bad choice on the city. But if they do it, then, really, if they go through the process, the proper process, and the city approves it, then, okay, at least they did it legally. I might not like the decision, but it was done correctly. They're not lying. It's all in the open. It's all done by proper process. I will accept the outcome of that, and that'll be the end of it. I will not bring it up again.
Already a complicated thing. Who's
So,
dealing
and
with
I'm-
that? So nervous on too. Actually,
Yeah, I don't know why they don't use normal street cleaning. They literally go out there. We need to get more evidence. We should do a whole thing of just how they clean the street. They're probably doing it in the middle of the night. Yeah, they did it to themselves with the bricks. Exactly. No one's asked them. They don't have to do bricks or put extra sealant, whatever. That's their problem to figure it out. Or give up your R permit, right? Yeah, the fake no parking on Sunset. Exactly. It's gotta stop. Exactly, right, the brick, yeah, especially where you live, right, I know when you were, it's all brick roads. I'm sure there's ways to seal it and bake it, whatever, and, and it's just, they're making up excuses. Lisa McPherson document shredding, yep, they're probably Moxon loses more cases than he wins, but his involvement with Snow White makes him too dangerous to let go of, right, that's it. But that needs to get out there. They need to make him an indicted co-conspirator, not. They had their prisoners call. They were hundreds of calls that day. They said, yeah, and that's crazy. And I'm like, I want the CAD reports on that. But he practices lawfare, filing wrongful cases to bankrupt people into submission. Absolutely, he does. And that's why, anyone that has any kind of case against him, because he's slandering me, and I'm putting in, I put in, and he's complaining that that 60 complaints were filed with BSIS against their security. Good, thank you. The 60 people, I know I'm one of them, I have, I think, 2 or 3 complaints in. So thank everyone that is doing that, because it's like, if they weren't violating everybody's constitutional rights, there wouldn't be a need to complain, or, or they're breaking the rules with no patches, they have to have patches. So if you do what's right, you don't get complaints. It's not like we're just saying, oh, the service was bad. They allow for garbage trucks to go in the street. You have a 6,000-pound weight limit sign posted at the end of the street, and the garbage trucks aren't the only vehicles that exceed the limit. There you go. You should record every minute of your life and then post it on council website. Exactly. I know, I should. I do have the, what do you call it? Like the cam thing. Moxie, your cult is showing, yep. Are there more meetings today? No. I mean, they canceled one, the civil rights one. I would have gone to that, but they canceled it. Tori likes to be included. She's dedicated to the cause. Oh yeah, I mean, she's been invited to everything. But right now she said she's a little busy with appointments, but we're working that out with her when she's able. I think she's also more of a night, like an afternoon, evening person. So maybe for her, the best one right now to start with would be like the neighborhood, East Hollywood or Central Hollywood and stuff like that. Yeah, I need to talk to Daniel, because we've talked a couple times. Like, I really like him. Hi, Fingy. Everything's okay. We're just doing what we have to do to get like I said, like once I found out how they have to divorce the city. It's not, they want it to, I'm going against their religion. I'm going against their criminality. I'm going against their inhumanity, but I am really going after their connection to the city, because look how the city's liable now, right? Like, I can sue today. I can file a lawsuit based on them excluding me and they're doing that with a street that's no parking, because the city should know what it is. Like, they don't even know. They don't even have an inventory, so they don't even know what's going on. I'm not out like really wanting money. I want them to fix it. But if it takes a lawsuit asking for money, then that's what it takes. Hey, Laura. I know, I wish you could have been here too. I need to clone you, right? They had to pay out. I know, like, I have so many, technically a bunch of us do, but I know I have numerous lawsuits against the city. I just don't want them to say I'm a vexatious litigant, so I had to, approach it carefully. I know, we need to have her teleported. I mean, where we could just teleport her for the 2 minutes and then she can go back. We can teleport her back. There you go. But yeah, Romans, right? They made roads that never degrade. So that's what they can do, right? That, they can do that. If I ever won that, I would share with, I would want to put into like a foundation to really help the victims and, and help bring out awareness. Like a foundation that would help supply these the books or whatever, you know what I mean? So I would share with everyone who's doing this, because I'm not into it for the money. I basically just really, truly want them to fix the problem. Yeah, Laura and Dan, I have fun, like, protesting with them, so, but we need to go and get, like, actually the view and focus and get a lot of footage of them on the streets. That would be really helpful if anyone wants to do that. That would be great. I'll donate for the lawsuit. Awesome. I want to find a lawyer that will do it, because I think it's like, I could just do a city claim, but I think this is big enough for hopefully a lawyer but it's getting one that's not chicken. I'm too scared. You're sitting there working and eating a coffee eclair. I am jealous, I guess. That sounds like, except for the working part, but no, not that I mind working. But that sounds like a lot of fun. Who's being a Karen? Joe? Who's Joe? With someone deleted Joe? It's okay. I'm okay with that stuff. You know what I mean? As long as it's not people coming in and being too abusive. But hey, Cherokee Joy. Good morning. Oh, from Australia. We love our Aussies. Could Spindler not do it? You know what? That's a really good question. I don't think he would. I think he's, if I'm not mistaken, I want to say he's either a real estate, although this could fall under real estate, or immigration. I'm not sure. Attorney. I'm not sure what he practices, but I mean, I could definitely ask him about it. Oh, you protest with T. Awesome. Well, see if they're doing this shenanigans over there. If they do it here, they're probably doing it everywhere. Faking street permits. So that's basically where we're at with this. And I'm curious to see what the city does. I mean, I'm glad I got to I was able to get that last email out to Mr. Hustings, and he's like, yeah, I got it. And he goes, it's not his purview, so he passed it to the people whose purview it is. And that's all we need, and we will see. And I know that we also have the city, Mr. Mosey said that the city's spinning about the slave wage stuff. So Scientology, I just suggest you start paying your people their fair wage if that's what you want. We're not, it's not attacking your religion. It's attacking your inhumanity to your own people. Nobody deserves, especially and I want to get like a little montage of the event on Sunday. Hi. Where these people are frozen and one looking like tears, and how they allowed, the city, how stupid does the city look that they allowed that they allowed it, and know what they're made, a few cents per hour? This stuff has to stop. Stop giving them any permits until they know how to behave. If they can't behave like decent human beings and treating their people correctly, it's not a religious, in my opinion, a religious experience to do that. That's a humiliation experience. That's a humiliation ritual, and that's what it felt like to me when I saw that. It's like a ritual, but it's to punish, it's to humiliate. And if that's part of their religion, that's fine, but we don't want it on our streets. People can volunteer to do that and be humiliated inside, not on our streets. And I am ready to stand up on that. And then don't forget, Saturday is the Faith in Blue, where supposedly LAPD Hollywood Division is going to be there with Scientology. We will see how that goes. Hopefully, I'm very interested. I hope Streets can go. Laura, can you go? No, you can't go, huh? Yeah, they're shrinking and they need to update. They need to get with the program that, especially here in California, they're raising for people who work in hotels and $30 an hour or whatever. It's not going to fly when people really get what the people are getting, especially if you're on the RPF, which they deny. But we need, I would love to get people who are currently in there saying, they may call it something different, but we know what it is. No movie maker would have people stand and play. No, exactly. They would let them go and they have food or water, bathroom break, something. Okay, they were being interrupted, but once for 4 or 5 hours, you're going to keep that. No, it's so ridiculous. It's so inhumane. That's true. But see, you know what? But at that point, Antics, I agree, they would swindle it back by getting the auditing and stuff and pressure and stuff. I agree, but at least they would, then at that point, well, no, because right, the contract says they have to get free. They should fight that then. But at least I don't know, every little win, then then if they win and they do that, then you fight that. I am against labor abuse. I'm against any abuse. Yes, we can file a complaint to Film LA, and I suggest we all do. I mean, really. I mean, and the city, LAPD, and Public Works, because they sign off on it. Like, you can file formal complaints about this. And that's what brings awareness. It is a huge start in getting them investigated, I believe, right? And like now, because I know that they're listening, and I know they're very upset. They're very upset with me, but they better knock it off. They better leave me alone. You know, because it's only going to make them even look more guilty, more complicit. They just need to start doing the right thing. That's how they fight this. You know, okay, Kendrick, I know you're stuck and stupid. Kirsten's been stuck and stupid. The best thing you can do to help your cause is to say, okay, we're going to make amends, and we're going to change course, and we're going to start doing things legitimate. We're going to pay our people the proper wages. We're going to, you know, do right by the street. We're going to do right by all these things. That's how they fight this. But no, they want to just attack. Okay, it's not going to work out for you. Your daughter was on a set last Friday, and she was given break and plenty of snacks and drinks and 2 meals provided. Yeah, I mean, I've been on a bunch of sets, and there's always like catering and, you know, and all this stuff, and you know, and in between cuts, they all, you know, relax and enjoy. So no, that was so inhumane, and I think it needs to be reported to the labor department too. I think, you know, like, I haven't been to the labor, and maybe I need to start doing county meetings. I've been so focused on the city, but, you know, the county might need to hear about this stuff. Oh yeah, well, the eyes are on them right now, because like I said, the engineering already reached out to them. Like, we don't have proof that the city street is closed, and and Moxon, how dumb are you? Like, you are so dumb to have put that in there. And if you're trying to say like, well, we didn't know any better, then I might agree with that if you had put in the 2008 no parking zone, but you didn't, because you know, you're dumb, but you're not dumb. You're slick. We need to gather the union rules for Film LA, etc. Yeah, well, you know, in film, you can have non-union, but even non-union has rules. You know what I'm saying? And I think the only way you can get away from paying people, I'm not sure if it's like student films or what the deal is, but even still, even if they could get away with not paying them, they can't. I don't think they can get away with the cruel treatment, the no breaks, the no water, and it was hot out and stuff. I don't think they can get away with that. Right, yeah, it does. I know. I was like, should I go live or not? But I'm like, yeah, I need to. But I did it last minute, and I didn't say where I was because I didn't want them running here and refuting anything. Yes, revoke. Well, this is our first steps towards revoking the tax exempt status, because that's ultimately what needs to happen. But the only way to revoke it is that you have to prove that, I can't think of the terminology right now. Mona, where are you when we need you? She got off. There's a certain terminology, because they have a different level of, they got such a sweetheart deal because, you know, they sued the government 2,000 times. They infiltrated the government. So they have a certain, where the tax exempt status is not so easily revocable. You have to prove, like, basically like, like things against public policy or something like that. And so things like what we're talking about is against public policy. So I think that this stuff could be used, excuse me, for the people who want to push against, excuse me, I'm like having the hiccups now, great. People who want to go against the tax exempt. This all stuff with, you know, is like the springboard that can lead to all that. They are panicking, and they try all their old tricks now because the truth is being revealed. Oh yeah, and that's what they're trained to do, right? Like they follow Hubbard, and Hubbard said this, that, and this. Well, Hubbard was dead before there's social media, live streaming, and Ring cameras, and basically, you know, it's hard to just, you know when you're being, like, if you're alert, you can tell when you're being followed, and, you know, so all these tricks, I don't know, it's pretty stupid to be doing it. They do think they're above the law because they think it's for the greater good. You can, you know, trick the wogs, and you can do whatever you do because it's for the greater good. Well, you're going to find out. Yeah, these are the first steps, exactly, and this can build and lead to, and then with all the stories of the different people, especially, we need to get current people out. We really need to get people out who are within the, statute of limitations for anything and everything, including slave labor, all that stuff. So we need to really work on helping anyone get out. And then if they get out, to say, please, like, but the thing is, like, they don't feel like they can go to the police. So it's like that, it's going to take time to do that. But if we can get that, that would be so great. Oh, did I miss? I missed Ro. Sorry, I'm like off on. What was she talking about? What was Ro talking about? Anyway, so, I think I'm gonna I want to go to the ladies' room. I think it was very productive. It's like, normally I would never ever like go all that distance for 2 minutes. It's like, at the end, it's like 3 hours of travel time for 2 minutes, but this had to be done. And I was able to give, the papers and all that stuff. So it's all going to be distributed to all the, and the president thanked me for coming. So it's good. I think that, thanks, Scientology up north, Miriam. And well, yesterday I didn't have to go in because they canceled. So I just got the call. And so I got off yesterday. So I got the switch, but it's good. I did not want to miss this. And, yeah, it's going to be good. So thank you guys. And I am going to, thank you. Tons of fun. I appreciate it. I'm glad you're all here. I'm glad. Yeah, I was like wondering, should I stream it or streamed it? Now they know been put in. So the city's been put on notice. I was like, I am putting them on notice that I reserve the right to sue, destroy any documents, not to do, like I did put them on notice. And like I said, it's not my intention to go and get money from the city like that. Our city, the budget and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, I just want them to fix this. And so, all right, so talk to you soon, guys. Thanks to all my mods. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone, for being here with me on this. Very appreciative, and talk to you soon. I think city council comes next week. But Friday we have, Friday morning, I think we still have public works. So if anyone can, we got to keep going with public works, because this stuff is related to an extent. It all kind of intertwines with each other. Even though parking is LADOT, it's still the street. We don't want them, trying to go for a street vacation or anything like that. So we got to keep up with our dear friends who, they've been really cool. They've been good to us. So keep up. And especially Saturday, then we have like this other thing. We can see what's going on, but we had to keep pushing also to no more permits, no more film LA, nothing until they get their act together and prove that they're paying people, or that they're at least abiding by the law. But anyway, I'm going on and on and on. I digress. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.